We are watching something insane. A 2689 rated Grandmaster who demolishes a 2721 Grandmaster with his insane perk defense. And the way this attack builds, it starts slow, looks normal, and then suddenly, boom. Trust me, do not blink in this game. Anyways, e4, d6, d4, knight f6, knight c3, and g6. This is the perk defense mill 9, and we are into perk defense. Black says, I will let you take the center, and I will strike the center later on. So comes f4. Now, white is playing the aggressive Austrian attack, where he wants to attack the king side. So comes a3, bishop g7 and a3. Now, this is a tiny move with very less logic, but still it is a smart move. The reason is that it is allowing for p4, allowing for bishop p2, opening the fianchetto towards this diagonal. So over here, knight to f3, and then bishop g4. Now black plays bishop g4 in the sixth move of the game, which is a mistake, because this move can be easily battled by x3. Instead of wasting a move, he can strike the center with c5, c5 attacking it. Else he can play knight c6, further on aim for e5. Anyways, what he plays is bishop g4, x3, bishop take f3, queen take it, knight c6. Once again, the same plan as I told, knight c6 and e5. So comes bishop to e3. Now, this is a strong break at the center, where black is like challenging the center immediately by e5. And here the attack begins. White locks the center by capturing it, and it always means one thing. White is not capturing it. White is pushing the pawn forward. Means he wants more battle at the king side. His plan is very simple. He can play the rook d1, he can attack the queen. If he wants to develop his pieces, he can do that later on. Otherwise, rook to d1, attack the queen, queen will move. He can try b4 and can continue. So his pawn storm idea is a very good idea. Anyways, so black's turn. Black plays knight to d4, a beautiful move. Hits the c2, attacking the queen, and it is very dynamic. Queen comes to f2, knight to d7. Now he is moving the knight backwards. That's the reason it is a mistake. This is a small mistake, and black is, you can say, black is losing the momentum of attacking the center and is taking the knight backward, means losing the special squares which he had, these squares. Anyways, over here, against 2600s grandmasters, this small mistake means funeral preparation. Anyways, g4, this is the pawn storm. Idea is very simple, aiming for x4, x5, g5, f6, and many more. It's about just pushing the pawns forward till our opponent lose. So over here, white is like, does not even care about his king safety development. No, he is not playing chess. He is launching artillery. Anyways, long castling and opposite side castling. Over here, you know what this means. Bishop c4, bishop a2, rook here. Keep on pushing the pawns, protecting the king at this tiny bed. Well, so over here, b5. Now his opponent got the idea of pawn storm, so he's like copying his all work by just playing the pawn storm. Anyways, so comes g5. Now the idea was to play f6, create a more and more complicated position by taking it backwards, and the position would be completely very blocked. Well, so what he played is f6. Now f6, he is like trying to stop it, but it is actually opening the lines. This diagonal is now opened. So this is where is dangerous, because the king is living at this diagonal. Now what happens is, The position breaks when x4 is played. Idea is to play x5, x6, maybe take it, and many more. Over here, he plays a5. His idea is to play b4, try to create some complicated position at the king side. So comes x5. Now, if you look at this coordination, every pawn is screaming, open the king. So comes f take g5. Now he is like capturing the pawn. He got an opportunity to just open up the bishop like this. Now he was expecting something like this. Well, so if he played this, he played bishop f6, he could have protected. This was a part of his plan, you can say. Well, so white just captured because he is a 2600 grandmaster. So black continues with pushing the pawns, and then comes knight to e2. His idea was, otherwise you can say about trading the pieces. Well, so what black thought was about trading. So what black did, he played c5 and he just protected the pawn. And then once again white took the knight to c3, which is the best move. Idea was to attack this weak pawn. But as I reminded about this diagonal, the bishop needs to be at c4. So there are some sacrifices coming. Suppose knight take on it, knight take it, bishop check, and all. This was, so let me consider queen comes to b6. Queen c6, okay, queen b6. So queen b6, knight take it, queen cannot take it because bishop concentrating it. Knight take it, bishop c4, check. The king moves, rook take on x6, that's a brilliant move. Bishop take it, and then you can say rook take d7, aiming for pushing. He can play queen x2, can attack like this. This king side is completely gone and it's very easy to attack. Anyways, so what happens is we come back to the point. His opponent just pushed the pawn forward. Hence, this was a very good point for white. Like he just took advantage by taking out the bishop, and this move is ending everything. King moves, the only best move. Rook take on x6, the brilliant move, which is an exchange sacrifice, where the bishop take it. Now, this is not calculation, this is confidence. If black takes, queen comes to x2, now it is suddenly trying to get a checkmate, giving a threat. Well, so black tries to escape, and then queen take on x6 means white sacrifices the queen in front of his entire bloodline. So black takes it, rook comes to h1, king g7, and that's the only move, and this is too late, forced and everything. Rook h1, rook h7 check, the king moves, and knight to d5 checkmate. So this was the game played by two grandmasters, and game over. 2700 GM resigns in just 25th move. Absolute destruction.